Today I'm going to talk about enrichment. That means that you are making an animal's life more fun and fulfilling while encouraging natural behaviors. Types of enrichment are food-based, cognitive, sensory, and social. Let's start with food-based first. Food-based enrichment can be any food given to an animal for them to either find and use their natural instincts to find. Cognitive is anything that encourages the animal to use their brain to figure out a situation, like solving a puzzle. You can use a multi-chambered obstacle course like you see here. And sensory enrichment is something that encourages an animal to use their sense of touch, sight, hearing, or taste. You can use things like a digging box, something they can smell, or many other things. Social enrichment is building trust between the animal and owner. You can do this by practicing holding the hamster until it feels safe with you. These types of enrichment activities can be combined to allow even more opportunities for animals to have a fun life while encouraging their natural behaviors.
Hello everyone, this is our hamster Rocky, and I'm going to clean his cage. And I'm going to safely put him into his ball so he's out of the way. You want to safely put on the lid securely, just like that. And we're just going to put him in the other room. Now what you want to do is take all the wheels and all the objects out of the cage. Put bedding out into this trash can. Now we've cleaned all the bedding out, we're going to take our wet wipes and wipe it down. Now that we have all the food cleaned out of it, we're gonna wipe it down to not leave any chemicals or anything that could hurt the animal. Now we're done wiping out the container and getting all the residue off. We're gonna put about 5 inches of bedding in the bottom of the bin. And hamsters are very good burrowers, and that means that they can dig really deep in complex tunnels, so it's important to have a lot of bedding for them in their enclosure. Now we got a good amount of bedding in. Going to smooth it out and make it even. All done. And now we're going to just put all his different cage enclosure objects in there, and make sure you have enough room for everything. Move stuff around, change stuff up. If anything has any poop or anything on it, you can wipe it down. Just give it a quick once over. And then we're gonna wipe all what you cleaned up with the wet wipe down. Make sure to really get in there. And you're going to want to make sure you're cleaning up your area. I usually use a shop vac to get all the bedding up. So they just... I'm finished cleaning everything, and now I refilled his water. I'm going to give him his food. All you do is you just slide this in, put it in the hole, make sure it's nice and snug. Make sure the platform can line up so the animal can reach the water. Sometimes you gotta move stuff around and adjust. And now, just gonna give him some food. And a couple pinches. Now I'm going to practice a type of enrichment. It's called scatter feeding, and we're just going to sprinkle some around his area. And what this does is hamsters like to forage and store their food, and this just allows them to have something to entertain themselves and make their lives more enjoyable. And our hamster Rocky likes to hide his food under this platform. He stores it and eats it under there. And so now we're just going to put the hamster back into his enclosure. And how we're going to do that is with a firm but gentle hand. You're going to pick him up out and carefully place him where he can stand properly. And last step is to put the lid on the food, and then you're done. And this is maintenance of a average hamster in a household. One more thing, before you put anything away, it's always important to wash your hands so you or the animal don't get sick. And that's it for today. Bye. Here, let me get you some treats. Oh, do you see it right now? Good boy. We're going to learn about anatomy today, and our main goals is to learn the parts of anatomy and their function. Anatomy is the outermost layer of the animal's anatomy. It is meant to protect the animal from any foreign objects or diseases. It is also meant to be the first line of defense when it comes to fighting off deadly disease. Humans are the only species that blood. The skeletal system is a hard material that supports the body and allows the body to move while protecting vital organs. 50% of your bones are in your hands. The system attaches to the skeletal system, which soft tissues that connect to the bones and aids in movement. The system is a cord that communicates through electricity and chemical signals to the brain. Neurons travel 268 miles per hour. The vascular system is meant to pump blood throughout the body and increase circulation. Your heart beats about 100,000 times a day. The respiratory system delivers oxygen throughout the body. Digestive function is to break down food and transfer nutrients throughout the body. The stomach functions independently from the brain. The lymphatic system helps fight against diseases and usually is a pretty good indicator on what the animal's health is.
Fun fact, the lymph nodes memorize what is a sickness and what is part of your body. The urinary system's main purpose is to remove waste from the body. The urinary system is about the size of a computer mouse. This is Emma today, and I'm Leah. I'm going to go over some restraining procedures for small animals and dogs like Emma. So first, this is a slip lead, and all we do to put it on is use a strong but firm grip and just tighten it, not too much but not too little, so she can't move that much. And next, we're going to practice how you would put a muzzle on a dog. You would usually put this on a more aggressive dog, but this is just to demonstrate. You can do it. Here we go. Then all you do is clip it behind the ears and make sure that it's on. This one's a little big, but you can get the picture. And last restraining method is just a standard leash. Like this one, we usually use this to walk our animals back to do things, and we're going to go over to our kennels to explain confinement. All you want to do to pick up a small dog is to make sure that you support their chest, and then you pick up from under, and then you put them on the floor like this. So we're just going to walk Emma over and practice how you would kennel a dog. Come on. Come on, Emma. Come on. So all you would do is, hi. You can just, since she's smaller, you can scoop her up and put her in there. There you go, there's a nice comfy bed. And all you want to do is make sure that you close it so you can get out. So the reason why we do confinement is because it keeps the workers and animals safe from possible animal fights or anyone getting hurt. Adaptions are any physical feature of an animal that helps them thrive in their environment. Some examples that are koalas having two thumbs to grip branches, bats having echolocation to find their way around. Types of adaptations are physical adaptations, behavioral adaptations, camouflage and defense, sociological adaptations, environmental adaptations, and survival of the fittest. Physical adaptations are specific features that help an animal survive in their environment, like a bird picking a worm out of a stump. Behavioral adaptations are the actions the animal takes to survive in an environment, like dancing to attract a mate. Camouflage and defense are structures on the animal's body that protects them or makes them blend into their environment, like a turtle shell. Sociological adaptations is an internal response that an animal has to survive in its environment, like a snake producing venom. Environmental adaptations are any adaptation specific to where the animal's from, like a polar bear having thick white fur to blend into snow. Lastly, survival of the fittest is an animal that takes on a trait from another animal to seem more threatening, like a non-venomous snake looks like a venomous snake. These adaptations allow animals to adapt in harsh environments, showing their resilience, strength in difficult circumstances.